Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
Three, 4. Three, 4.
All right, Brian, you ready? Okay. Good morning, everyone. It is 11 a.m. and all the commissioners are present, so we'll begin the agenda meeting for today, Wednesday, May 7th. I would ask those who are participating on the phone to please mute your phone unless you need to speak. Today, there are 3 new orders and 1 other closed discussion item, but before that, we have minutes to approve from the April 30th, 2025 agenda. Commissioners, are there any changes or modifications to those minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor of approving those minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? By a vote of 4-0, those minutes are approved. First tariff and order today is in file number EC-2025-0192, Chisholm versus Evergy Metro. On December 31st of last year, Ramey Chisholm filed a complaint against Evergy Metro. On February 7th, Evergy filed an answer and motion to dismiss, and on March 11th, staff filed a recommendation stating it had investigated the complaint, but did not find that Evergy had violated any commission laws, rules, tariffs, or orders. The commission held a pre-hearing conference on April 14th that the complainant did not attend. The commission then ordered the complainant to respond no later than April 25th, explaining why the complainant did not appear. No response was received. Commission rules allow the commission to dismiss a complaint for failure to attend a pre-hearing conference and failure to respond to an order. Thus, the order before us dismisses the complaint. With that, I recommend we approve the order version number 1. Commissioner Coleman,
I support the order.
Commissioner Kolkmeyer,
I support the order.
Commissioner Mitchell.
I'm in support of the order.
All those in favor of approving this order, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? By a vote of 4-0, that order is approved. Second tariff and new order today is in file number EA-2024-0302 in the matter of the application of Ameren Transmission Company of Illinois for a CCN under Section 393-170 relating to transmission investments in northern Missouri. On April 4th, the Commission reopened the intervention deadline in this case upon a finding that some landowners who would be affected by the transmission line did not receive notice from ATXI until 7 months after the intervention deadline had passed. The Commission then received several timely filed applications to intervene. ATXI filed in opposition to all of the applications to intervene, stating that in one instance the applicant is not an impacted landowner, and while ATXI concedes that other applicants are all impacted landowners, ATXI claims those landowners had properly received notice during the original intervention period. The Commission order issued on April 4th did not limit intervention period to only those who had not received notice during the initial intervention period. Therefore, the order before us grants the applications to intervene of those landowners who have shown they are directly impacted and allows those landowners to participate in this matter regarding issues of routing concerns affecting their property. The order also directs parties to file a jointly proposed procedural schedule no later than May 20th. With that, I recommend we approve the order version number 2. Commissioner Coleman,
I support the order.
Commissioner Kolkmeyer,
I support the order.
Commissioner Mitchell.
I'm in support of the order.
All those in favor of approving this order, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? By a vote of 4-0, that order is approved. Final tariff and new order before us today is in file number WR-2024-0320 in the matter of Missouri American Water Company's request for authority to implement a general rate increase for water and sewer service in its Missouri service areas. On July 1st of last year, Missouri American filed tariff sheets designed to implement a general rate increase for water and sewer service. The tariff sheets were submitted with an effective date of July 31st, and the Commission suspended them until May 28, 2025. The Commission directed notice of the filings and set an intervention deadline. The Commission granted intervention requests from MIEC, Consumers Council, MECG, Triumph Foods, AARP, the City of Riverside, Public Water Supply Districts 1 and 2 of Andrew County, Liberty, and the City of St. Joseph. The Commission conducted 5 in-person local public hearings and 2 virtual local public hearings, and held a 4-day evidentiary hearing beginning on March 5th. On February 28th, several parties filed a partial settlement agreement that resolved several issues in the case. And on March 17th, parties filed another partial agreement that resolved further issues, including an agreed-upon revenue requirement. The Commission had a case discussion in this case last week, in which my colleagues and I discussed the remaining issues for the Commission to decide: class cost of service, rate design, and the universal affordability tariff. The order before us is consistent with the Commission's case discussion. The order adopts staff's recommendations for class cost of service and rate design, as the other parties who had conducted or used class cost of service studies had relied on future test year, which the Commission did not adopt in this case. The order also denies the universal affordability tariff proposal, as the proposal does not have a set budget, relies on ratepayers only for funding, and puts generally too much risk on ratepayers. The order also approves the first partial settlement agreement and the revenue requirement agreement, and rejects Missouri American's tariff sheets and permits Missouri American to file tariff sheets that comply with this order. I appreciate the work of the parties that came together on the settlement agreements, and in particular in this case, in the days that we were in the evidentiary hearing. I appreciate staff's arguments. I really appreciate OPC's many openings. They were very well prepared and very helpful, and MECG's arguments. With that, I recommend we approve the order, version number 1. Commissioner Coleman.
Thank you, Madam Chair. In a recent case before this commission, many of you all will remember that I was very straightforward about my feelings about black box settlements. And here again, this commission is being asked to sign off on a black box settlement. I still do not like black box settlements, as many of us do not. And I hope in the near future that we are able to promulgate a rule to require basic facts of rate setting be included in a structured form in all settlements that involve rate increases for customers. I must note, however, that this case does include some of the information in a straightforward way, specifically the total revenue requirement and the weighted cost of capital. For that, the parties are to be commended. This is a positive step in the right direction. This case also touches on another very important issue, the affordability of utility service, which you mentioned, Madam Chair. This settlement contains a proposal to establish a universal affordability tariff. This program was intended to help low-income families afford water utility service. Unfortunately, the proposal is flawed because it places the entire cost on the ratepayers and not the investors. It also does not comply with state statutes. Yet the need remains. It is very real. The parties to this case are to be commended for recognizing that and at least trying to help. Looking forward, perhaps through the low-income workshop provisions of Senate Bill 4, which were recently signed into law by Governor Kehoe, let us work toward programs or statutes or changes to statutes that lawfully address the issue of customers who, for whatever reason, are unable to pay the cost for such a basic utility as water. Having said that, I would like to compliment the parties in this case for their hard work in reaching compromises. No one likes to increase utility costs, not one of us. You know, we are customers of utility companies also. Therefore, we think long and hard about the decisions we make. We have to weigh these issues not only as how they affect the customers, but we know that they will touch our pocketbooks also. However, this agreement is just and reasonable and will help ensure the quality, availability, and affordability of water and sewer service throughout this company's service territory. Therefore, Madam Chair, I support the order.
Thank you, Commissioner Coleman. Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I agree with your comments, and I wholeheartedly agree with Commissioner Coleman's comments. Couldn't say it any better. Not sure I can add anything other than I want to thank all of the parties involved. Our staff worked so hard, and all the parties to come to this agreement. No, we don't like black box settlements. It's easier on us that we don't have to decide all these points. However, we don't get to see what's going on in it. So with that, I just want to say I'm in support of this.
Thank you, Commissioner Kolkmeyer. Commissioner Mitchell.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I would also like to thank the parties for their ability to compromise and come to a fair and just solution here. My thinking aligns with the rest of the commission on the issue of black box settlements. I think it's important for the record and for history to reflect closely what is involved in the black box settlement, because I think it allows us to look, both into the future and look into the past, to understand what has happened in previous cases, and I think that aligns well with the idea of gradualism in implementing new rates. So I thank you for your comments, Commissioner Coleman, and my mind aligns with yours on this matter. So with that, I support the order.
Thank you, Commissioner Mitchell. Any further discussion? Oh, yeah. With that, I recommend we approve the order version number 2. All those in favor of approving this order, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? By a vote of 4-0, that order is approved. Before we move on to our closed litigation item, I want to take up scheduling so that after closed litigation, we can adjourn. And then we'll go into the USB meeting shortly thereafter. So for scheduling, next week, Wednesday, May 14th, we have agenda at 11 a.m. Wednesday, May 21st, we have agenda at 9 a.m. Following that, we have a public meeting with MISO and SPP here in room 310 beginning at 9:30. Tuesday, May 27th and Wednesday, May 28th, we have an evidentiary hearing in case EA-2024-0292 in the matter of the application of Evergy, Missouri West for permission and approval for a CCN for 2 solar generation facilities here in room 310 at 9 a.m. with Judge Sire. Thursday, May 29th and Friday, May 30th, we have an evidentiary case in EA-2025-0075 in the matter of Evergy, Missouri West and Metro for CCN for natural gas production facilities here in room 310 at 9 a.m. with Judge Hatcher. Also, Thursday, May 29th, we have agenda at 11 a.m. Commissioners, are there any adjustments requested to the schedule? Hearing none. So with that, I'll go back to the closed litigation item that we have to consider. I would make a motion that we go into closed session pursuant to section 610.0211. Do I have a second?
I second, Madam Chair.
Commissioner Coleman seconds. Discussion. All those in favor of going into closed session, please say aye.
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 Those opposed? We're in closed session.